Hey guys, I wanted to get on here for a quick minute. I've been wanting to share for a while. Sorry, I got distracted by goats. About a book that we're reading. And I know when we first started reading this at church, I shared a picture of it on Facebook and with the women's group that I lead from my home. Anyways, it's a book called Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen. It is a New York Times bestseller, and it is about the spiraling thoughts, the toxic spiraling thoughts that we have. And as we've read this book, I have felt like I needed to share about it. And then I've also felt like I needed to share John Bevere's Bait of Satan, because these two books, this is what it looks like. Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen, and The Bait of Satan by John Bevere. My copy is not right here beside me, so I can't show it to you. They are amazing books. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt, every year, every Christ follower, and I'm not just talking about those that are Christians in name only, but those that desire to grow and change in the Lord, should read these two books. Now, I've just discovered this book, Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen. Sam had us read it in the ladies group at church, and it's an utterly amazing book. It's something we all need. Now, we all need the word. We all know that. We follow Jesus. We need the word. This book helps us recognize toxic thoughts that are spiraling and how to change our behavior and choose to not go on the downward spiral, but spiral up towards the Lord rather down towards the enemy. And of course, we all know that when we have thoughts, those thoughts affect our emotions, and those emotions affect our behavior, right? Like that happens all the time. Without even reading this book, you know that. You have a thought and your brain runs with it, and that it affects how you feel, whether it makes you feel bad or some type of way about something or somebody. And then your emotions will dictate your behavior towards that person or for the rest of the day around your family, because you're in a bad mood now all of a sudden, right? Okay, well, that's what this book is about. This book is about stopping those toxic thoughts. Now, let me tell you something. I have read a number of books, because I like to read, Christian books that are about learning and growing and changing ourselves to be more Christ-like. Now, y'all know I study the word all the time, so I don't replace the word with these books. I do not believe in that. Do not replace your Bible study time with additional books. Additional books come alongside to help you, not to replace your own personal Bible study time. Don't ever replace your Bible study time. Anyways, but I've read this book now. Okay. Now, I've also said that I'm going to read it again, mainly because we are still grieving. And so my mind looks at things, from an injured point of view. I don't have a traumatic brain injury. I have a traumatic emotional injury, right? So, I want to make sure that I read it again, maybe after Christmas next year, to see if there are things that I've missed or maybe need to rethink on, because, everything is emotional for me right now. And it's not like a downward spiral emotionally. The Lord's actually, man, I wish I could tell y'all everything he's done. But he's helped me. So I've read this book, and this book has helped me greatly, actually, in other areas, than just the grieving. He's actually taken my thought processes and rewired them, so to speak, even in the grieving. Now, I do want to read it again later when I'm not grieving, because your brain is kind of funky when you're grieving. But it is an amazing book. It's a book that I would like to have my children read. It's a book that I really am going to pray about doing with the women's group that meets at my house and meets online, because this is something that I think is valuable to the kingdom. And I think that if every Christian could get their minds in line with actually being like the mind of Christ, then, man, we could change the world. But right now, we're still kind of living with our emotions ruling our life. I can't stand to hear people say, I feel this, I feel that. I feel a lot of things, a lot. And sometimes my emotions lie to me. And so when people say, I feel this, that, or the other, it automatically puts me on guard. But after reading this book, Get Out of Your Head, I have begun to realize that people just spiral, which I already knew, but I'm talking about even on the smallest mundane things, they spiral completely out of control. And that's where they start getting in those feelings, and those feelings affect the behavior, and the behavior affects their relationships with others. Number one, it reflects affects our relationship with the Lord, and then it affects our relationships with other people, right? You feel insecure. You feel like you're not good enough, and you're constantly telling yourself that. Then you spiral, and you think that other people also think that you are not good enough and you're not valuable. Well, then that behavior then goes into those thoughts and emotions then go into how you treat other people and how you relate to them. And it's, that's just one example. But there are many things that we do and we think on that causes a spiral in our lives that is negative. Now, as we were reading, Get Out of Your Head, Jennie Allen has us walk through Philippians at the same time, which is really good. Really, really good. So I just wanted to get on here for just a minute. I actually finished the book today, because I'm really excited about the next book that Sam is having us read. So I wanted to be able to move into the next book. But Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen. If you're struggling with thoughts, if you're struggling with maintaining that mind of Christ, if you're struggling with spiraling behaviors as far as your emotions go and the way you're treating people or the way you're perceiving that you're being treated, you need to read this book. Along with this book, you also need to read The Bait of Satan by John Bevere. And I wouldn't read them side by side because they both go pretty deep. I would read them separately, but you need to read The Bait of Satan. That deals with, hey, Miss Lisa, I was thinking about you the other day. Jason bought a school bus and we were driving it and I was thinking about you. I was thinking about the Rowdy Road bunch. But sorry, there went that rabbit that I get distracted with. I love Lisa, y'all. She's known my 3 eldest sons since Jonathan started kindergarten. Kindergarten, because we moved back home to Ringgold. Anyways, so now we're going to go down the rabbit trail if I don't get it back. The Bait of Satan. Excellent book by John Bevere. Excellent. It deals with our minds, our emotions, and the spirit of offense, and how we can battle the spirit of offense and restore relationships with other people and have healing. It is an amazing book. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That book will test you, because the Bait of Satan doesn't look at everybody else's behavior. It looks at your behavior. So I would suggest, and you can take it and throw this away or not. I don't care. But I'm saying something because I felt like the Lord's been wanting me to say something, and y'all know how I am. I wait just a little bit just to make sure that's what he wants me to do. I would suggest getting this book. Get a copy of it. Has a workbook that comes along with, that you can buy in addition to it. I'm sorry, it doesn't come along with it. Read it. Read it. And pay attention to it. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Read this book. And then once you're done with reading Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen, get your little booty back on Amazon and order The Bait of Satan by John Bevere. Because I'm telling you, if you read those 2 books back to back, you are going to be astounded and amazed at what God can do in your life and what he can do in your relationships with other people. Because this book, Get Out of Your Head, stimulates and starts that process of healing those spirals that we go on that are bad. And then it moves into, how do we change our mind to make our mind be focused on Christ? What are we supposed to focus on? And then it moves into how to stop those spirals and make that choice that I'm not gonna spiral. Hey, Caleb, I love you. That's my brother-in-law, y'all. And then move on to the Bait of Satan, because once you've finished reading Get Out of Your Head and your mind is clearer and you're able to see things a little more clearly and you move into the Bait of Satan, God is going to be able to do an amazing work in you where he can heal a bunch of hurts, and then you can move forward in relationship with other people in a very godly way. Now, I love the Bait of Satan, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you have never read that book, it will be challenging for you. It will be. It's not going to be a walk through the park. This book was not a walk through the park. And it wasn't even as difficult as the Bait of Satan. This was a relearning and rewiring your brain book. The Bait of Satan is a challenging book, but it is worth it. John wrote this book, and it has been a powerful book. Hey, Elisa. In the kingdom, it has changed countless numbers of lives. I can honestly tell you that my sister and I taught the Bait of Satan in a place that we were visiting, and it literally restored and helped the healing process begin in a relationship that had been damaged for years and years. And I'm talking long time. Okay. So that was something that was needed in that place, because if that woman had not read that book, then she would not have sought forgiveness from someone that she hurt. Now, this other person hurt her too, but this person was taking the initiative to go and say, I'm sorry that I hurt you. Will you please forgive me? And that opened up an entire avenue of conversation. Because it's not always about, oh, well, they did that to me, they need to apologize. No, sometimes, no, actually all the time, because the word calls us to, we're supposed to go and be like, dude, you jacked up, you messed up, you hurt me, I forgive you, but we need to talk about this. And it brings about restoration and healing. So The Bait of Satan, it is an amazing, amazing, amazing book. Again, like I said, I would read this one first. I'm going to put the link down below, the Amazon link for you. And then I would read The Bait of Satan. I'm going to reread The Bait of Satan. I just got to find my copy of it because it's got like all my notes and stuff in it. And if I can't find it, I'll reorder one. Anyways, Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. If you need help because you notice that you do tend to spiral, or you were like me where the same thought goes around your brain like all day, every day. And no matter how many times you repeat the word or how many times you choose not to think about it, the enemy keeps hitting at you with it. And you can't figure out how to stop that spiral, this book right here. That's what you need. Or you have all the what ifs and you're constantly thinking, what about this? What about that? What if this? What if that? You need to read this book. It helps you take control of those thoughts with the help of Christ, not by yourself. Because like I said, she goes through Philippians with us in this. But it helps you take control of those thoughts, that spiral. It helps battle insecurity. Do you have one of my copies, Caleb? Maybe Stephanie has one. Go look. She'll know my handwriting. But yes, if I can't find mine, I want one of yours. Sorry, guys. If you guys are spiraling and you notice that behavior in yourself, even if it's about somebody else or somebody hurt you or whatever, you're responsible for your behavior. You're responsible for your spiral, right? We tell our kids all the time, dude, I understand that they made you mad because they called you a name, but you still shouldn't have, called them names back or hit them, because that's a spiral, right? Like we teach our kids that. Elisa can tell you that. She's like me. She's got a ton of kids, right? Lisa on here was a bus driver. She can tell you that too. The spiral is not about what they did to us. It's about us and rewiring our brains according to the word. And this book is a powerful book. And I would encourage anybody, like I said, it's like the 5th time I've showed it, to read this book. If you are a Christ follower, you need to read this book. Then go get you a copy of The Bait of Satan. If I can't find mine, I'm going to go to Caleb's and get one of his. It is an amazing book, and you will grow leaps and bounds from reading both of these together. I am going to, like I said, we're starting another book with our women's group in a week or two. I don't know exactly when Sam is making us start that, but I'm already, I finished this book today because I'm super excited to get in the next book. I've already read it once. It's a Francis Chan book, and it's amazing. So I'm ready to remember it and get back into it. But Jennie Allen, The Bait of Satan by John Bevere. You guys need to go check them out. I'm going to put the link to Get Out of Your Head, to the Amazon thing in the comments below. And y'all, I don't recommend a lot of books very often other than the Word of God. But I'm telling you, these 2 books are life-changing books. And when I'm done, I'm never going to be done grieving. When I'm out of the first year of this, I'm going to read this again. This book came, oh God, it's funny. This book came at the perfect time. And, the women's group that I am in at church, because we split, they were perfect for me walking this out. Amazing women. I love them so much. Anyways, this book couldn't have come at a more perfect time for me in my life and where I'm at in my walk with the Lord. So I know that it can help anybody. And even in my grieving brain, I'm still able to change the way that I look at things, the way that I behave, and stop myself from spiraling. And then again, like I said, I'm going to read The Bait of Satan as well. Again, because I feel like every believer needs to read it. And let God do whatever he needs to do. That's what we're here for. Let God do whatever he needs to do. So I love you guys. I just want to get on here and share this about this book. And it's really pretty too. I like how colorful it is. And like I said, it has a workbook that you can purchase in addition to it. Get the workbook, y'all. I'm telling you, some workbooks I don't get and I don't do because I'm like, this workbook, I'm glad she made us buy it. I'll probably buy another copy when I reread this. Amazing workbook. It walks you step by step, literally. So it's amazing. But I'm going to go because Jason came in. We're going to watch another thing on The Chosen. And I'm resting. Y'all pray for me. I'm in an incredible amount of pain today. I have to go to the rheumatologist on Wednesday. And I've got to drive Josiah, hey Janet, to help my daughter-in-law move from her mama's house to ride in her new apartment tomorrow. So I'm just going to be chauffeur. Josiah's going to be the heavy lifting. So I love y'all. I love you, Caleb. I'll see you later. Y'all have a good one.